Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today is a very special reunion 2020 episode. What is that? That's when I had a guest on in the past, and I liked them so much I had to bring them right on back. So today's special return guest is Sylvia Hubbard, and she's an author and founder over at Motown Writers Network. Sylvia, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's a joy to be back here. You're awesome to talk to.
Oh, you're so kind, and excited to have you back on the show. I've been following you on Twitter, always talking there, and I see you have so many events and things going on with Motown Writers Network, and I'm excited to get into today's topic, so being a mompreneur during grief, hard times, and crisis. So we're going to get into that, but before we get into that, I don't want to assume that all of our new listeners caught your first episode, so let's just start out by talking a little bit more about Motown Writers Network. Tell us a little bit more about the company, please.
Well, it was a business. Well, mostly it's an organization that I started up as I became a new writer in 2000. I found that there was not a lot of literary education in Michigan, especially in the Metro Detroit area. A lot of the organizations or writing organizations were moving out of Detroit because of the hard times and the bankruptcies and things like that. So there were a lot of predatory publishers around just grabbing up people's money and not really doing anything. So I decided to start Motown Writers to help writers get to their literary goals, but also connect readers to Michigan authors. And since 2000, we have grown from 75 members to now over 10,000 members, where we just help the community, we enrich literacy rates, and we still set out with our original goals, which is to help writers and readers connect.
Man, that is amazing. I love it. And my hometown state, state Michigan and hometown Detroit. So I love it. That's exciting stuff. And one of the reasons why I follow you, I know you're doing great work out there. So thank you for that. I do want to switch it up into our topic today. So being a mompreneur during grief, hard times, and crisis. I mean, where do you want to start with that one?
Well, in any of them, they're all bad.
Facts.
They're all bad for business, they're all bad for home, and they're all bad for personal. So as a mompreneur and you're trying with the kids, your family, your household, and your business to keep everything together, any one of those subjects that hits you, it hits you hard and it affects you in all areas. So being that I am a mom, I do have a business, and, you know, I have a household, keeping it all together. And through the years, I've found that 3 steps that I found that have helped me stay within the sanity level of trying to keep it all together. Go ahead.
And, you know, before you give your 3 steps, I'll just be up front. When I saw this topic, I'm like, I don't even know how I'm going to do this interview because I have a problem taking care of myself. And I don't have kids. I'm not married as of the writing of this. It's 2020, and I'm over here like, dang, I don't even know how this interview is going to go, Adam, because I can't relate. So please, I'm struggling to take care of myself, so I don't know about the rest yet. Let's get into these steps.
I honestly can speak from experience. I've recently lost a lot of people. We had house fires where we lost our entire house, and we've been homeless. And all those times during, like, this is even just since 2000. I'm not even talking about my whole life. I'm just talking about since 2000. We've been homeless, we've been houseless, I've been broke, I've been laid off, I've been I've lost people. So, I guess I can really talk from experience. And then all through that, I was a single mom for 20 years during all of that. I had to get a house. I had to get a job. I had to build my business back up, So I guess I can really talk from experience and how to be, go through that with the grief, crisis, and hard times and still stay a happy, successful, or sane mompreneur. So
let's get into these steps. I need these tips because I'm taking notes.
So the first tip I always say is get rest, because a lot of times with going through this, you are mentally, physically exhausted. My mom always gave me this tip. She said, no matter how bad the problem is, no matter how ugly it is, she said, even if you take a nap and you go to sleep, it's still going to be there when you wake up. But if at least if
that's sage advice. Yeah.
At least if you're rested, you can handle it better, you know. So she was like, just take a nap, take a 20-minute nap, take an hour nap, take however much nap you need, and then get up, and then you're able to handle what you need to handle. So the first tip I have to say is get rest. During that resting time, even if you can't sleep, you can learn something, you can read a book, you know, you can keep yourself entertained or occupied in terms of just having your body in a relaxing position, meditate, do yoga, but do something where you are completely at rest in your body and your mind. So the second tip is find a way to get an automated schedule of things that you don't have to, the pettiest things that you need to do. That includes inside of your household. If it's cleaning something, get an automated schedule so things just keep running as usual. And even in good times, you should always come up with some kind of automated schedule. So during bad times, this schedule is not bothered by things that are going on. So it's always great to get an automated schedule in good times and in bad times. Just try to get something that's automated. Even for social media, get an automated schedule, you know, get a Hootsuite or a buffer so things go out like they're supposed to, and always try to stay at least a month ahead in advance. I mean, that includes like groceries, that includes subscriptions you can get from Amazon, you know, so then things just happen automatically that, you know, during times of trouble or sickness or hard times, you know, it's kind of always there, you know, and you always have room for it at least. And my dad always says plan at least a month ahead in advance, a month and a half ahead in advance. That's what he says. So that way, if things do hit, you're like, oh my God, okay, I got a month and a half to try to, you know, get things smoothed out. And it gives yourself a leeway, a nice leeway. So I always like that. So get automated. Schedule.
I love it.
So the final tip is closed mouths don't get fed. A lot of times when we get in bad times or we're even sick or hard times or even crisis, we don't open up our mouths and tell people because, you know, pride before the storm. And that's what happens is that, you know, storms are coming in and we're just, okay, well, I don't want people to know what I'm really going through. Open up your mouth. Let people know that, you know, that are going to help, not are going to gossip, but are going to help, you know. So let people know what's going on because you never know where that person is who is going to help you out, you know. And sometimes, hey, I can give you 20, but I can also come over and repair that wall for you. I can't give you any money, but I know drywall, you know. So sometimes we just have to open up our mouths and let other people know our problems. And not only is that a great stress release, but it's also you get the word out that, hey, people who care are really going to step up and help you out. So those
I love
are
it.
3 tips.
I always, and this is my tip because I know there's going to be some Motown Writers Network people that listening to this. Closed mouths don't sell books. You got to tell people you wrote a book. That's always been mine. So you said whenever I hear somebody say closed mouths don't get fed, I'm like, and closed mouths don't sell books. I don't know when I started saying that, but like you got to let people know you wrote a book. They're not going to know. If you did one social media post, that doesn't mean you did your promotion on Facebook and everybody knows. Nobody saw that post, just so you know. No, I digress. I had to, though, because you said my favorite thing, my favorite tip.
That just worked right into it. Oh, my God.
Oh, that was not planned. So, Sylvia, that being said, if somebody's listening to this and they want to connect with your writing, too, I want to talk a little bit about your writing and other things that you're working on personally, too. So, first off, tell us a little bit more about your work there, please.
Well, my writing, I write romance, suspense, and I also do a lot of blogging. But I write romance suspense. I have over 50 novels now. I just released my 51st one in the end of March, and I'm hopefully going to be doing 2 more by the end of this year. I got so much time, I probably could pop out 4. Keep it going. Hopefully I'll be up to 53 by the end of this year, and I'm available like wherever books are sold. And of course, you can always go to sylviahubbard.com, click the book section, and see all my books, and all my blogs are all over. So you can always just go to sylviahubbard.com, or you can always check us out at motownwriters.com, and you can see all the blogs we are connected to between those 2 blogs. So yeah,
I love it.
I love to write. I love to write. I love to read. So.
And what kind of content can people expect when they visit Motown Writers? The Motown Writers Network.
We love to put up articles that are, of course, helping writers get to their writing, publishing, and marketing goals. And then we also have interviews with authors to connect them to their books and to their lives, and and bring those readers in to find the joy of reading again. We also have articles. We also have events posted there of different things that are going on online, offline in the literary community in Michigan. And I mean, we just love to just share the reading and writing messages, news, events, and stuff like that. And then they can always come over on Facebook as well and join us at the Motown Writers Group, where we have like our monthly discussions online and offline, so they can go there. And also, we also encourage readers to even come in and talk about the books that they're reading, no matter what it is.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Well, Sylvia, I really appreciate you coming back on the show and sharing more of your tips and all the great things you're doing to help writers. So I think it's amazing work you're doing. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. And if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Business, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave some comments on the video. I mean, love to know what kind of projects and things you're working on too. And Sylvia, thanks for coming back on the show.